Okay, all right, okay. I know y'all didn't like nobody that I brought up to you so far, but the next person is gonna be out of this world. I mean, off this planet, in another universe. You gonna love her. Everybody, please give it up for Jamie Schreiner. Yeah. You better not fuck me on this, okay? My job is on the line. All right, love you.
Hey, hi. Wow, y'all look so good. Green. I am Jamie. It's so nice to be here. I'm from Indiana. You, where are you from?
Just do your song.
So I was getting finger banged by this guy when the funniest, most relatable thing happened. You're totally gonna love this one. DJ, hit it. DJ, hit it. DJ, please come in, DJ.
Jamie, it's not working!
I'm sorry, I can't control the music.
See? I told you this girl was never gonna work.
This is such an honor to headline this room. My name's Jamie Schreiner. This is my favorite job I've ever had. I love getting to do this job. Comedy is so much fun. I've had a lot of jobs. That's what happens when you get 2 degrees in musical theater. They don't hand you diplomas, they hand you 7 part-time jobs. And I've done it all. I will say, like, quick highlights. The favorite part-time job I've ever had is I used to teach music in an after-school program here in Chicago, which is exactly what I look like I would do. And it was so fun. I loved it. The kids did not respect me at all. I was there 6 years, no respect, not an ounce. One of my students actually stopped class my last day at this job to say to me, he said, "Miss Jamie, you have a fat ass for a white girl." And I taught kindergarten, so I didn't know what to say to that. So I just went with, I said, "Michael, you cannot say something I've always wanted to hear, okay? It's just, it's not appropriate." I also was a nanny for 10 years, and I loved that as well. Again, exactly what I look like I would do. The only problem I have with it is toddlers. Have we met these people? Yeah, I pretty much exclusively would get paired with toddlers. And like, there's this one girl in particular I worked with. Her name was Brianna. She was 4 years old. I would come into work and I hadn't even set my bag down. And she'd be like, "Miss Jamie, sing me a song about something that's yucky." Like a troll demanding a riddle for you to cross the bridge. And I'm not an improviser. That's not my strong suit. I do like to put a lot of time and thought. Some would say too much thought into the things I say to you up here. But like, I am a theater kid, and I do have to impress everyone, and that does include a 4-year-old. So I was just like, 5, 6, 7, 8. When my nose starts to run, I don't ask for help at all. I just pick my nose and I rub it on the wall. I pick my nose and I rub it on the wall. I pick my nose and I rub it on the wall. Rub it on the wall. Rub it on the wall. And I personally think that's the best song I've ever written. Bar set for the entire show. Brianna, thank you, whoever clapped. Brianna did not clap. Brianna was actually pissed off at me. She's like, "Miss Jamie, that's not yucky enough." I'm like, as a writer, I love feedback. So I was like, okay, let's try this again. Right? I was like, "Well, Brianna, I once faked my grandmother's death to get out of giving a man my phone number. Because it was easier than saying no." "Is that yucky enough for you? Brianna!" It's just a little tiny bit yuckier. Actually, I ended up leaving that job because the father of Brianna had started doing this fun thing where he was doing yoga stretches, right, in the front room in tiny underwear every morning when I would come in for work, okay? And I was like, I don't know who HR is in this situation, like, was like, do I talk to his wife? Do I talk to my agency? Like, what do I do? And I was confiding in a friend about this, and she looked at me very honestly and very sincerely, right? And she was like, Jamie, no offense, but I don't really think you're hot enough a nanny to break up this marriage. And I was like, so now I have to break up this marriage. I'm so relieved y'all like that. They hate that in the state of Ohio. They really hate that whole joke. They get really upset with me. I stopped telling that joke when I go to Ohio because every time I will tell that joke, it's just silent, right? It's just women actively clutching their husbands, glaring at me. Which I'm always like, y'all, I'm wearing these glasses, right? Like, I am not here to steal your husbands, okay? I'm here to steal your wives. Thank you. That is a threat, but I'm gonna be up here for a little while, so I just want to make sure that everybody here understands that, like, everything that I say into this microphone is a dumb little thought from my silly little brain. Like, I just want you to laugh and have a good Wednesday night. That's my whole goal. When I'm not standing here on this stage with the microphone in my hand, I would consider myself a very kind, very mortally sound woman, right? Like, I would never sleep with a married man who's ugly. It's just not something I would do. I'm kidding. Oh, I've been thinking a lot recently, and that's part of the problem. I've been thinking a lot about parallel universes. Are y'all familiar with this concept? Cool. Okay. Yeah. If you don't know, so some of you cheered, some of you were silent. Like, it's the concept that, like, every choice you make puts you in the timeline that you're in. So by this theory, there are millions of different timelines. So every person in this room has, like, millions of different versions of themselves in these different timelines, leading different lives based on the choices that they made, right? And I can't help but find myself up at night thinking about the version of me that went to Ball State for biology pre-medicine, you know? I'm just like, how's she doing? You know, like, what's her 401k look like? You know, like, can I have it? Can I have it? I don't know if you can tell from these pants. I don't have a 401k. I don't. I do have a really deep understanding of astrology. Is anybody else here? Annoying. There's a few of us. Yeah. We'll talk after the show. I gotta say, like, I definitely take it too far every single time. Like, last year, I actually convinced myself that I was cursed, right? And I'm also susceptible to marketing. So I did download an audiobook to reverse the curse. It was called Protection Spells. It was $17, okay? I would have had to work 1 to 2 hours at any of my previous jobs to buy this book. So I got home, I lit 5,000 tea candles around my bed. It was sort of like a memorial for my common sense. And I laid down, put in the earphones, and this very calming voice said to me, like 30 seconds in, introductory chapter, she was like, please keep in mind, this is not a replacement for cognitive behavioral therapy. I didn't know that. So I did have to pivot. I got into something a little bit more free. I'm into meditation now. Is anybody else here breathing? Gotcha. I don't want to be such a Leo about it, but, like, I am better at breathing than you. I'm really good at it. I'm really good. I breathe so well now, I just fall asleep. Which would be a good thing if I wasn't somebody who had the kind of anxiety that's the only thing that's keeping me alive, right? Because I go to sleep and I'm immediately thrust into these very creative, horrible nightmares. Like, January, for example, every night in January 2025, I kept having this nightmare where, for some reason, aliens had invaded the Earth. And the thing that was going to determine whether or not they let the human race live was if they liked my stand-up comedy routine. Because I'm like the human embodiment of what it's like to be deeply insecure and have a God complex. So I'm in this dream, and if you're not familiar with my set, you'll see more of this tonight, but I do have, like, songs in my set, and I usually do this device where I'm saying a little joke, and I'm like, DJ, hit it, and I do that for the aliens, and, like, worst nightmare, the track doesn't play. No music is playing at all. And so, again, I'm like, DJ, hit it, nothing plays. And in comedy, it's a rule of 3, so I say, DJ, hit it again. Now the aliens are fucking pissed. They're throwing tomatoes at me, because some things aren't just universal, they're also intergalactic. And for some reason, my college dance professor, Sean, is at the back of the room, and he stands up and he flips this scarf that's so long that it slaps me across the face, and he's like, see, I I told you, this girl's never gonna work. And I wake up in a cold sweat. That was January. So, the past 5 nights leading up to this show, though, I've been having this recurring nightmare where I'm sitting in a diner in my hometown in Indiana, just across from my high school ex-boyfriend, okay? The original trauma, the final boss of the video game. Everybody just close your eyes. Just think of who that is for you personally. Really see them in your mind's eye, because for me, it is a 17-year-old drug dealer. And I can't wake up until I talk to him. He's just like this NPC. DJ, hit it. And I did do theater in high school. So every time DJ, hit it, this music will start to play behind me. And I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and I'm just like, Alex, this is supposed to be my brain. What are you doing here? What the hell? We broke up 15 years ago. I've grown up. I'm sure you have as well. You broke my heart so ruthlessly, I couldn't find a single piece. And yeah, I hope you're doing better. Just not doing better than me. Please don't be doing better than me. And I hope that when you're wearing socks or boots that the sock slides down the back of your shoes and gets stuck in your arch and you can't adjust it because you're driving long distance and there's no exit. And I hope that when you go to the donut shop and you ask for chocolate with the sprinkles on top, they've sold out of those. All they have is jelly and you're pissed. You hate jelly. And I hope that when you park for just 5 minutes, you get a motherfucking parking ticket. You look in the mirror and you doubt yourself the way you made me feel crazy when I needed your help. I hope your breath always smells atrocious. I hope you catch a mild strain of COVID. No, forget that. I hope it's HPV. Yeah, I hope you're doing better. Just don't be doing better than me. So the meditation's working. Oh man, I am hard of hearing. That's a fun fact about me. I have profound hearing loss in both my ears. I wear hearing aids, but I didn't actually get diagnosed with my hearing loss until I was 24. And the doctor who diagnosed me thinks I've probably been deaf since I was 12. Yeah, and like I went to public school in Indiana. I'm not great at math, but I counted on my fingers in the back. That's 12 years that I was just stumbling around deaf. Nobody noticed, but I am a middle child, so that could be why. My mom hates that joke, hates it so much. She gets really, she's like, Jamie, that is not fair, okay? Yes, you did fail a hearing test in the 7th grade, but I thought you were just being dramatic. Which, can you blame her? Like, I just imagine I like sashayed in the kitchen. I was like, Mama, I am deaf. It's like, get the fuck out of here now. My dad and I, we used to fight so much when I was a teenager. We would get in these horrible screaming matches. And I remember this one fight in particular. It got really heated. My dad was like, Jamie, you just don't listen. Which is too much now, right? Because like medically I can't, you know? Like, am I a bad listener or are you ableist? As my therapist would say, 2 things can be true. I love my parents. I do love my parents. They're not here tonight, but I love them. My parents are back in Indiana, and I'm worried, though, as I get older, that I'm becoming too much like them, which is like a good thing for their good qualities, horrible thing for their worst qualities. For example, I was home for Christmas, and we, the whole family, we were all watching Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's film, A Star is Born, which everyone here knows is a Christmas movie. Yeah. And it gets to the scene where Bradley Cooper's going into the garage. If you've seen the movie, you know, yeah, heavy. And my mom just says out loud, "What's happening?" Which would be fine if maybe she was like hard of hearing like me, but she's really just a dumb bitch, you know? And my dad's like, "He's fucking killing himself, Pam!" I am both of those people. That is terrifying up here all the time. Speaking of demons, Halloween is right around the corner, right? Can I ask, front row, anybody, do you know what you're gonna be for Halloween yet this year? No? That's okay. DJ, hit it. I know what I'm gonna be for Halloween, and I'm gonna share with you all, because this is the Jamie Schreiner Show. I do take Halloween very seriously, because as you can see, I dress quirky every day, so when Halloween comes around, I have to go that extra mile if I'm gonna stand out. And so I'll help you pick your costumes. It's the least I can do, because the world isn't ready for what I'm about to do. Check this out. I'm gonna be Slutty Oscar the Grouch. Slutty Oscar the Grouch. Forget a schoolgirl or a mouse. I'm Slutty Oscar the Grouch. Slutty Oscar the Grouch. Slutty Oscar the Grouch. I'm sure to stand out when I show up as Slutty Oscar the Grouch. Okay, but like, these are my thoughts for everyone here. So like you could be the sandworm from Dune 2, but if you can't sew, you could just be naked and tape the popcorn bucket to your torso. Or what if you dress up as Hawk Tuah Girl, but wearing JoJo Siwa's eye makeup? That's unique. Slutty white picket fence. But let's be honest, it really doesn't matter. You're all going to look lame next to Slutty Oscar the Grouch. Slutty Oscar the Grouch. You all have vomit in your mouth because you didn't think of Slutty Oscar the Grouch. Slutty Oscar the Grouch. My joy is unparamounted till another girl walks into the party also dressed as Slutty Oscar the Grouch. I think it's high time that we as a developed society rebranded bacterial vaginosis. I'm just gonna say it. As a girl prone to BV myself, I'm tired and I'm sick of yeast infections being so normalized in comparison to bacterial vaginosis. Yeast infections, so many treatments available, aisles worth of treatments. Yeast infection, that sounds like something a nice Christian woman gets from working too hard to feed her family. Right? Bacterial vaginosis, on the other hand, sounds like I'm fucking raw next to needles under a bridge, okay? And that shit pisses me off, because again, scientifically, the only difference, one thing is an overgrowth of yeast. The other thing is an overgrowth of bacteria. Both things are caused by having sex with medium ugly dudes with garden apartments, okay? Thank you. I do love wearing high heels, seamless transition, and I have a lot of fun in them. I'm a tall girl, I put them on, and I'm terrifying. But I try to wear shorter ones when I get on stage because I'm very clumsy, and every time I put them on, I do inevitably fall down, which is fine. As you already can tell, I love attention. But I have ADHD, and sometimes when I fall down, I will hit the ground so hard that I remember things. And I'm not okay with that. Like, I hit the ground so hard once, I remembered that I was leaving my apartment, and this man approached me in the alley behind my apartment. And that's the first red flag of this story. If you're a man here, I do see a few of you just lurking in the darkness. If you could just avoid the alley, you know, specifically the one behind my apartment, it's not where I want to see you, you know, but he started talking to me. He was like, "Hey, miss, I'm so sorry to bother you, but I'm actually an art student at the college down the street. And I'm doing a project for my photography class on the female form. And it would help me so much to finish my photography project if I could take a photograph of your breasts right now. If you let me take a photograph of your breasts right here and right now, I will give you $40 cash and the rest of this bag of mushrooms." And they're really good mushrooms. am upset when I get judged by an audience for that joke because I'm like, what are you doing to support your local artists? What? Could be showing some nip, that's all I'm saying. But I pretty much immediately after I remembered that story, I was like, I have to start telling that on stage. And so I did, first show that I did. A girl actually approached me at the bar after the show and she was like, Jamie, you are not gonna believe this. But the same guy came up to me too. And I was thrilled. I was like, did we just join the sisterhood of the two women swindled by the most creative pervert of all time? And then she's like, I didn't do it though. I thought that was pretty fucking rude. Why would you tell me we have this shared life experience if you're not also a stupid bitch? I am a hopeless romantic, I am. Yes, I leave my apartment every day, just in the back of my mind slightly, even when I'm not trying to look for it. I'm like, maybe a romantic comedy will happen to me. Like just a month ago, I was actually walking down the street and I heard the vroom vroom of a motorcycle, and so I had to look because nothing turns me on more than somebody with a lower credit score than me. And so I lock eyes with this guy. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. I'm embarrassed because I've been staring, and I understand that staring at a stranger is creepy. So I start to walk away. And he follows me for a few blocks, which is actually very romantic. And he's shouting out. He's like, Miss, Miss! And I'm not hearing it because I'm deaf. And when he finally does get my attention, he had used Google Translate. He was not a native English speaker. He had translated from French to English. He put, Miss, I think you're so beautiful. Can I follow you on Facebook.com? And I was like, hell yeah, you can follow me on Facebook.com. Because then I can investigate. So I got home. I got to work figuring out, like, what's this guy's backstory? Is this my meet cute? Is this the one? And I'm very upset to tell you, Chicago, that this man was married to a teenager. And that's where I got pretty confused because, like, I'm from Indiana. That's our thing. I didn't know the French were doing that too. Interesting. But I do still believe in love. I really do. Is anybody here in love right now? Do we have any? Hell yeah. And if you didn't cheer loud enough and you fight in the car on the way home, that's on you. I'm not taking responsibility for that. But this next song, this is for the lovers. So if you're here with the one you love, if you could just look them in the eyes, DJ, hit it. This one is for the lovers. You mean the world to me. When I look at you, I see possibility. So many wonderful things about you, but the thing I love most you do. Baby, I love it when you shut the hell up. I love it when you shut the hell up. I love it when you shut the hell up. My boo, my boo, my boo. When you shut the hell up, can't get enough of shut the hell up. Just keep on shutting the hell up. I love it so much when you shut the hell up. I love it so much when you shut the hell up. I love it so much when you shut the hell up. You shut the hell up. You shut the hell up. I love it so much when you shut the fuck up. I love it so much when you shut the fuck up. Whoa, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Everyone's always very shocked to learn after hearing that song that I did get divorced. Turns out the only marriage I'm breaking up is my own. My mom was pretty upset when I got divorced. My mom, she kind of looks at me now like I'm one of the rescue cats in a Sarah McLachlan commercial. She's like, oh no, quick, we gotta get her back into a home. if we don't get her back into a home, they're gonna put her down. And it's just like, divorce is hard enough. Like there are a lot of hard things about getting divorced. I can't speak for anybody else who's been divorced, but for me personally, the hardest thing is that I did have to give up my dog. Yeah. When I say my dog, I am referring to my ex-husband. Okay, that guy was my dog, I did actually have to give up a dog, and that really sucked because he is an amazing dog. Like, you know when you have a dog that's so good that even the bitches that don't fuck with you, they'll be like, Jamie, make sure you tell Luke I said hi. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking do that. But yeah, I got to take him on one last walk before, I was never gonna see him again. Yeah, and I remember, we got out the front door, and I'm already feeling pretty heavy, pretty emotional. And he just sits down, will not walk. Won't rock. And I could just hear the Ring camera going ding, 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 ding. And so I know my ex can see this massive failure on my part, so I get a little pissed off, right? And so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to say goodbye right here, right? And so I just kind of get down to his eye level, and I'm just like, oh, buddy, it's all your fault. And then I got out of there. I'm sorry, that shit hurt my pride so bad. I was so upset. Because, I used to be a dog walker. I should be able to walk my own dog. I walked for an app in your phone for years, and I don't want to get sued by them, so I'll just say it rhymes with Dover, right? So I was walking dogs for WAG, and I remember I had this one dog that I was walking. He is 10 pounds soaking wet, huge collar, and I was a little concerned because I was like, I feel like this dog could probably get off leash, And then I remembered I was being paid $12 for an hour of work, and the concern suddenly left my body. So I'm walking this dog along, and out of nowhere comes a very playful off-leash pit bull. And in the chaos, my small dog somehow gets out of his harness. He's running away because he doesn't want to become slaughtered food. And the pit bull is chasing because he doesn't realize his strength. He's just trying to play, right? And I'm chasing both of them because I didn't go to Ball State for biology pre-medicine. Choices. I feel like the meditation wasn't cutting it though, and so I did what any reasonable person would do. I looked for divorce advice on Reddit.com, and I don't recommend it in hindsight. The first comment in the thread I saw, it said I should get in touch with my heritage, right? I should do the things my ancestors did, cook the foods they cooked. But I'm a white woman from Indiana, right? So there's actually only so many times you can put frozen green beans into a microwave before it loses its charm. So I was like, okay, let's keep looking. And then the next thing I saw, it said I should explore my grief creatively. It's like paint a painting, write a poem or a song. And I was like, you know what? It's about time in the show that I did another song, so I'll write one. And I'm gonna do it for you right now. DJ, hit it. I hope you like the song. I wish I could stop being so upset about breaking up with my ex-husband so I could go back to writing dumb songs for shows like this. Meta. When will the light come back into my eyes? When will I see recycling bins without starting to cry? Remembering how he used to say, "You never take this out!" My mom set me up with a coworker's friend, and I've rescheduled 4 times. I can't reschedule again, so I have to go and meet this sorry sap. He calls all women crazy 14 times, and I smile like this while inside I die. Maybe starting over was truly an awful plan. I go to text my ex when I think to myself, what would Megan Thee Stallion do? What would Megan Thee Stallion do? What would Tina Snow, the hot girl coach, the Stallion do? What would she do? What would she do? What would she do? And Megan wouldn't be a sim, she'd just get over him. She'd get back in the gym, then write another hit. Make success undeniable, the best revenge. Though she longs for the sweet release of death, she'd find out where her ex's grandfather lives and make him meet it up on live and swallow all of it. Be a top defense attorney acquitting felonies, then bathe in the blood of her enemies. What would Megan Thee Stallion do? What would Megan the Stallion do? What would Tina Snow, the hot girl coach, the Stallion do? What would she do? What would she do? What would she do? She'd win more awards, make all her haters sick. She'd find her ex's best friend and make him suck her clit. Get 2 doctorate degrees, be real humble about it. Run us over with her car and tear us limb from limb. She'd trick all her men, ain't paying bills again. Bust on their face 12 times and say your Uber's coming. She definitely would not agree to split the bill, but I will until I think to myself. What would Tina Snow, the hot girl coach, the Stallion do? What would she do? What would she do? What would she do? DJ, cut the track. And then I scrolled a little bit more and it said, do witchcraft. And y'all know I fucking love that shit, so I got those 5,000 tea candles from earlier. I lit them under the full moon, and I tried to manifest a new partner. The problem is I really didn't know specifically what I wanted. I just knew what I didn't want. So I tried to say all the things that were opposite of what I didn't want. So I was like, okay, universe, send me somebody free-spirited and open-minded and go with the flow, right? And this is really cool, Chicago. The universe did send me a 38-year-old man with 3 partners who doesn't believe in wearing condoms. So it turns out when you manifest, you do have to be specific. You have to be a little bit more specific. And I'm a kinky person. Like I was like, I'm kinky. I just don't think our kinks lined up. Cause like I'll take you out. Like for me, what I'm into is like I would like to be blindfolded. You know, I'd like to have my ears plugged, but you could just take my hearing aids out. It would do the same thing, right? I'd like to be tied down, ankles, wrists, right? I'd like somebody to get a really big throw blanket and put it from my feet to where my neck meets my head, right? And just leave me the fuck alone for 16 or more hours. That I love it. But I was once in the car with someone I was having sexual intercourse with, and I was listening to our patron saint Ash Nico, if we're familiar with this musical artist. And she has this song that one of the lyrics is, "I'm a weird bitch, suck my toes." And I guess I sang that lyric with a little bit too much passion, because this person was like, "Oh, you're like into that? Like you want me to do that?" And yeah, I got so uncomfortable. I was so embarrassed. I was like, "Oh my god, you think I want you to suck my toe? You think I want you to suck my toe? You think I'm like the Nickelodeon guy? You think I'm like Quentin Tarantino over here? You think I want you to suck my toe? I don't want you to suck my toes. I need you to suck my toes. Give it up for the members of my family here. Once again, everything I say into this microphone is a joke. Unless it isn't. No, I'm kidding. I did not expect when I tried to date again how much it would suck. I know a lot of people get on here and talking to microphones at comedy shows about how much it sucks, but it really does suck. It sucks so much. And I wasn't prepared for, I was with my ex for 10 years and I've been doing comedy for about 7 years, and it didn't click in my brain that I would possibly be able to go on a date with somebody who's seen me do comedy before. Like that was not a glimmer. You know, I go out with this person, this guy and we have 3 dates, right? They go really well. 3rd date, we're finally, we're getting down to business, right? To defeat the Huns. We've all been there. And he just stops me. He's like, "Wait. You're the bitch who does the comedy songs." And I'm stunned silent because I've never Hannah Montana'd a person before. And then he was just like, "You are so much more confident on stage than you are in real life." And I came immediately. I was fully dressed. I've never felt so seen. realized after that, though, I was like, strangers, it's not going to work. So I did, this summer, I did let a friend out of the friend zone. Y'all can give it up for that. That's cool. Friend out of the friend zone. So now I have an enemy. And I remember the first time we were going to have sex, I don't know if I was fully comfortable with like my friend seeing me in a sexual context. So I was like, let me just role play what I've seen in the adult films. Let me just get in character, right? And so I just am like, yeah. Be mean to me. I didn't fucking mean that. Like, look at, like, you can push me one time in or out of the bedroom before I burst into tears, all right? So we're in there. I'm trying to prove that my theater degrees were worth something. I'm staying in character. I'm just like, yeah. You like this pussy? And then he's like, not really. I'm like, get the fuck off of me. He's like, why are you so upset? I'm like, why the fuck would you say that? He's like, you just told me to be mean. I'm like, that's not what I mean. So you do have to be specific. You have to be. I did have one first date before I stopped dating that it went pretty well. Can I tell you about that? Can we celebrate that? Is that okay? DJ hit it. It was, we were just on this date. We're touching and we're kissing, cuddled up on the couch. When this man I'm macking on pulls out half an ounce, I'm like, hell yeah, weed, baby, give me that loud. Big mistake, smoking weed always stresses me out. But I've only hung out with this guy a couple of times, so I wanna be chill, not kill the vibe. I mean, it's not like I could just say I don't really like to smoke weed with people I've just met, because when I smoke weed, I start thinking about what's at the bottom of the ocean, and then I just need to be alone, and yeah. We smoke the weed, now we're headed to the bedroom. This man's thinking he's about to get lucky soon. I'm on my knees, just about to put his dick in my mouth, when I blurt out, you're a stranger, please get out of my house. Get out of my house, like I do not know you, please get out of my house. My dad will not ID my body from a piece of my blouse. Party's over, Buster, please get out of my house. Oh shit. Wait, this is your house? Oh my god, I'm so high, I forgot this is your house. I will just leave your house. That was a closet. Did you just call me an Uber? I'm actually too high to drive. No, I understand. I only inhaled one time. That's actually too much weed for me. Forget it. I'm just gonna go sit in my car and overthink this entire interaction until I'm sober enough to drive home. So it's nice meeting you. I hope your mom's surgery goes okay. So I'm taking a break from dating. It's time. I have a taste in dating partners that a friend described as you know when a dog drags a dead animal onto the porch and just drops it at your feet, and you're like, oh no, where did you find this? That's me. And I'm sober right now too. I don't know if I will be forever, but it's like I had my fun. I have a nighttime job in Chicago, and having a nighttime job in Chicago is it's like a very fun city to have a nighttime job. The thing is though, like if you have a nighttime job in this city, it is very easy to develop what I would describe as an itsy bitsy teeny weeny Coke and Adderall problem. And Let me tell you, I never purchased cocaine. I just had this really unique special skill where I could always find the man at the bar who had it. He would usually have a first name and a last name as the same name. And this one particular night, I did a bunch of lines with and slept with a man named Alexander, and I'm leaving. And my heart is beating so fast that the air begins to feel heavy around me, and I'm like, oh shit, am I dying? And And like a person, other than myself at this moment in the story might have been like, I should go to the hospital. But I went to public school in Indiana. And so my understanding was that if I went to the hospital, I would immediately be rushed to jail. And I'm not against going to jail, but I had a pretty packed schedule. I was actively getting divorced. So I was like, okay, we don't have time to do that right now. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I went to reddit.com and I typed in, I did too much cocaine, what do I do, right? And and one of the results that came up is it said I could do physical activity to trick my body into thinking that cardio is what had made my heart rate fast and that it would go down and I wouldn't die. So just imagine me in like a mini skirt, heels higher than this, just running down Milwaukee Avenue at 4:30 in the morning. Full sprint. I can only imagine the people still awake looking out the window, what they were thinking. They must have been like, what is this girl running from? Myself! Mental emotional state was sort of like Michael Caine in the final scene of Future in A Muppet's Christmas Carol, right? It was like, please, spirit, I will remove the white menace. I will cut off the fuck bays of the past, the present, and the future. I will not forget the lessons this bender has taught me. It is at this moment that I catch my toe on a crack in the sidewalk and I fall down and hit the ground so hard that I remember that when I was in college, I studied abroad in London, and I got, at one point during the trip, what I would describe as a yeasty beastie I now know was probably bacterial vaginosis, because as you already know, I am prone to that. And I'm in the grocery store. I'm looking for Monistat. I'm realizing that in the UK, you cannot buy Monistat over the counter. You have to go to a doctor's office. And I'm very prideful. I'm not going to a doctor's office for something I should be able to buy at the store. And so I pull up my phone. I look up what remedies can I do at home. And one of the remedies, it said that I could just put a clove of garlic into my box. And it would fix it. But I told you about the green beans in the microwave. I wasn't really a cook. So I unfortunately thought a clove was the whole thing. So there I am, 21 years old in the bathroom, just shucking and popping, shucking and popping, shucking and popping, shucking and popping. Thinking to myself, this feels like too much. Shucking and popping, shucking and popping. And I'm very proud to tell you, I did not have to go to the doctor's office that day, because I did have to go to the emergency room. I did. So I'm like laying on the ground, 4:45 a.m., remembering this. I'm laughing so hard that my heart rate, eventually goes down, and I do not die from cocaine, and I've never done it since. You can give it up for that. Pretty cool, yeah. I did, however, hang out with that guy 3 more times, because it turns out the only thing harder to quit than actual narcotics is medium ugly dudes with garden apartments. It's, yeah. Those two, I've given up all my vices recently. I'm very proud of myself. The problem is that when you give up your vices, you oftentimes will replace them with new vices. And my new vice is claw machines, like the games in arcades for children, yeah. I realized I had a problem when I had gotten so many stuffed animal keychains hanging from my rearview mirror that I could no longer see the dashboard of my car. I was like, this is just another addiction. I was on tour and I was in this small town in Nebraska and I found an arcade and I was just topping up my card over and over again, just doing like game after game after game. And I heard in my peripheral there's this little girl having a tantrum because she had to leave the arcade. And she gestured to me. She said, "Mommy, it's not fair. Why do I have to leave when that lady gets to keep playing?" And the mom was like, "Sweetheart, because that lady's a fucking loser." I do have a hard time letting things go. I can admit that about myself. I have a really hard time letting things go. Like, for example, I had this pair of boots for like 9.5 years that I loved so. You know the kind of boots that you have where you like have duct taped the toes back on and you're pulling up the zipper with a bobby pin and the sole's coming out and blistering the back of your foot, but you're like, I love these. You don't want to stop wearing them. And so I was actually wearing these boots when my cousin was dropping me off at the airport one day, and I stepped out of the car into a pile of dog shit. And I should mention there was actually a hole on the bottom of the shoe I'd stepped into the shit in. So now I'm running around, I'm looking for a puddle on a stick because I don't want to have shitty socks when I go to the airport, right? And my cousin's like, "Jamie, what are you doing? You're gonna literally miss your flight." And I was like, "You don't understand. Like, I have to find a puddle on a stick. I have to fix these shoes." And she looks at my shoes. She She looks at me, she looks at my shoes, she looks at me. She's like, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Those shoes are fucking ugly and you've been limping all weekend. It's time to throw them away. And I was like, you don't understand. I fucking love these shoes. I've had these shoes for a long time, okay? Like, if you just let me find a puddle in the stick, I can save these shoes. I can keep these shoes forever, okay? Like, me and these shoes have been through a lot together, so maybe you shouldn't be so judgmental about my shoes, because blisters and bleeding is not as bad as not having these shoes, okay? And what if I never find a pair of shoes like this again? So maybe, before you judge me, you should just help me to find a puddle in the stick, okay? If you let me find a puddle in the stick, I can keep these shoes forever, okay? And I think that's why it took me so long to get divorced. Like I already told y'all, I'm totally clean, 100% sober, except for mushrooms. I love those. I'm never gonna quit those. I'm so sorry. I love them. I did mushrooms about a month ago, and I had this huge epiphany, and I'd love to share with you all, if that would be okay. Yeah? All right, DJ, hit it. I have to fix humanity. Humankind's a mess, so it's up to me. I take full responsibility. It's all my fault, I'll make it right. I will fix humanity. When I was 14, I posted a pic of me and my friends to myspace.com. Remember that place? And an older boy commented on the picture. The girl on the bottom right is hot. That's me! And so I wrote back, thank you, boo. My friend messaged me, Jamie, delete that comment, he's making fun of you. And I guess I had something to prove, because I dated that guy for 5.5 years. So I have to fix humanity. No one else has fixed it yet, so it's up to me. I couldn't make a single one of my exes be better people, so I'm taking it to upper management. Humanity. Maybe I'm missing the point, thinking the issue is humanity. I mean, I'm a human. Am I the problem? Is the problem me? I'm addicted to chasing these guys who are no good for me. Not to mention my poor time management skills and my ADHD. But the work it would take to fix myself sounds like dragging 10 grand pianos through the 9 circles of hell. That's way more than I'd like to get into today. I'd rather start with something small. Humanity. I will do what no one else has done. If I cannot fix myself or all of our ex-boyfriends, I'll fix the root issue that plagues all men. And when I'm done with that, what will be my purpose then? Like a rat in a wheel, I can't complete a task without chasing some new goal. Achieve my way out of the hole. But what about my soul? If being perfect enough to love is what it's all about, how come scientifically what goes up must come down? I'll be myself, I'll do my best, I'll try not to worry about the rest. Humanity is all of ours to fix, and if I was serious about fixing humanity, I would have studied biology pre-medicine at Ball State University. That is all of my new stuff. I was just wondering if y'all would just indulge me for a little bit longer. Can I do some of my songs that are hits that I've been doing here in this city for the past 7 years? Is that my first time headlining Zanies? I want to make the most of it. So let's go ahead and let me just know if do we have any horse girls in the house tonight? DJ, hit it. That's cool. I gotta say, growing up, I wasn't much of a horse girl myself. Way back when in 1991, I used to think that farm animals were the answer to fun. There's one animal that's had my heart since I could hold a rattle. Everybody give it up for motherfucking cattle. Cows, give it up right now. All the ladies, shake your udders, make your mamas proud. Cows, everybody now, where my bulls at? We got some farm to plow. A few years later, when I was 10, I ate some tacos with my friend. I asked her mom, what's in this aperitif? And to my horror, E, 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 E. Cows, give it up right now. Best believe your girl's a meat eater now. Cows, everybody now. How do they taste so delicious? I mean, really, wow. When I say I ate, you say Bessie. I ate Bessie. I ate Bessie. When I say I am, you say sorry. I am sorry. I am sorry. When I say moo, you say moo, moo, moo. When I say moo, you say moo, moo, moo. Cows. It's one of my oldest songs. Now one I like to call some utter chaos. This one is one of my favorite songs because it is based upon a true story. And I just want to know, again, can y'all make noise for me if you've ever hooked up with or dated somebody with a drinking problem? DJ, hit it. I'm so wet cause you pissed the bed. You pissed the bed. I'm dripping in your urine. You fucking pissed the bed. I'm feeling like a waterfall cause you can't control your bladder at all. 2 beers got me like an oasis cause you passed out, then piss. You make me feel kinda warm when you piss in the bed. I'm drowning in all of your charm. No wait, this is your piss in the bed. Can't get you out of my head. Seriously, how did your pee get up this high on the bed? I'm dripping wet cause you pissed in the bed. Ew. All right, I'm gonna do 3 more songs and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I just wanna thank you all so much again for coming out. These last 3 are at the end because they're all my personal favorites. And this next one is just so fun to do. DJ Hit It, summer in Chicago. It's the horniest time of our lives, right? We're just outside like, it's finally summertime, spit in my mouth. I got my vaccines. After 6 months of celibacy, we're about to get obscene. Might just shotgun 14 White Claws, give myself a DUI. I'm fun. Unblock my ex, then tell that bitch to meet me outside. Let them eat my ass in an alley, give me brain on the beach, flip me over. Now I got sand in my pussy. I got a sandy pussy, sandy pussy. Fuck that wet and gushy. I got a sandy pussy. Oh, he brings me to his office after hours. You know what we came to do, bitch, forget the flowers. I kick over his nameplate, spill his Zen Garden on me. Shit. There's more sand in my pussy. I got a sandy pussy, sandy pussy. It's not wet or gushy, no, it's a sandy pussy, sandy pussy, sandy pussy. Ow. Now I'm crying in the shower, all that sand tore my box apart. Forget the hype, being a hot girl's really hard. He gets it, he gets it, he gets it, they get it. Cause all these motherfuckers wanna know where the hoes at, but never ask how the hoes are. All these motherfuckers wanna know where the hoes at, but never ask how the hoes are. Sing it with me now! All these motherfuckers wanna know where the hoes at, but never ask how the hoes are. From your chest! All these motherfuckers wanna know where the hoes at, but never ask where the hoes are. Like somebody hurt you. All these motherfuckers wanna know where the hoes at, but never ask how the hoes are. such good singers. All right, we're getting down 2 more. The second to last one. If you've seen me before, you're gonna know as soon as I ask if we could just take our cell phones out, if we could put our flashlights on, make it feel like we're at Coachella. And here, I'm gonna turn around really quick. When I turn back around, everybody have their flashlights up. And if you're sitting next to your parents, just show them how to do it really quick. DJ, hit it. I saw a penis so small. It made my whole weekend just fucking awful. I saw a penis so small. It made me start to question why I have sex with penises at all. I was sitting in McDonald's, minding my own business, eating my lunch, when I reached for a fry. It was my favorite fry, the tiny little crunchy guy, the little fry that they cook too long, so it's hard on the outside fry. We all know it, right? I tossed it in my mouth, then I remembered that penis, and I started to cry. I'm not a bitch, I understand. You have no control over the size of your dick, but you can control this. You could not sit there stroking it while it's not getting hard, then say, oh my God, this is crazy, this never happens to me. Don't lie to me, don't lie to yourself. This is what always happens. This is exclusively what happens. I guess I didn't help by looking at it and saying, oh, cute. I should have been more empathetic to your dick. But when I saw your penis was so small, I understood why you spent 48 minutes eating my taco. My favorite part of that song is that I do get to watch in real time which cis men turn off their flashlights as soon as they hear what the song is about. Thank you. I have just one more song for you. And when I originally put my lineup for this show, I had this song earlier in the set because this is the song that every time I've done it in the comedy space, other comedians have told me, that was so brave, which as a comedian is something you never want to hear. You want to be funny, but I think it's the note I want to end on because I think this song encapsulates why I do this. And really, DJ hit it, it's because where I grew up, it wasn't necessarily taught, but it was always very heavily implied that boys will be boys, but girls should apologize for everything they have ever done. We overanalyze, beg the group chat to advise, like, did I wear too sexy of a snowsuit? I have resting bitch face, I should be more nice. And they say, if a boy's mean to you, that means he wants to crush your spirit till you're too insecure to leave. But we justify, make their flaws seem fine. Like, oh, this man's got a wife and a coke addiction, and he's rude to waitstaff, guess he's the love of my life. And our guidance counselors say, if you dressed better, you deserve more than fuck boys. If you held yourself to higher standards, you wouldn't have to settle down. like, fuck you, ma'am, I'm gonna take my stand, lying down, opening up my mouth. Thank you for calling me a slut. Thank you for calling me a dirty little stinky slut. Cause sluts can handle anything, even butt stuff. And guess what? The world could use more sluts. You're welcome. And they say that it's not ladylike to, I don't know, do any fucking thing that rocks the status quo. Dress like a hoe or let your empire grow. Doesn't matter how you do it, anytime you win, there's a man who will say you sucked a dick to make it happen. Oopsie boops. Cause if I sleep with you, I'm a dumb slut. I don't sleep with you, I'm a fucking cunt. Well, I'd rather be a fucking cunt. Thank you for calling me a cunt. Thank you for calling me a miserable, vicious cunt. Cause cunts have big clit energy. We get shit done. And guess what? We should all be cunts. I'm a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. We're all cunts. I'm a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. We're all cunts, cunts, cunts. 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 We're all cunts. It's cunts. Thank you so much. I am Jamie Schreiner. Y'all have an amazing night. Keep it going for your host, Shelly. Bye.
Hey, let's just get one more round and this time, like, just all the aggression in your heart. Put it into these strokes.
Who's shrieking?
You're shooting. Okay.
I want to be like, damn, I felt that.
Okay, one more
Do
shot.
not want to leave welts on you, Jamie.
I do.
You say, it's not working! As hard as you can. Okay, we're recording and go.
See? I told you this girl was never gonna work.
Oh my God, that's such a good sitcom.
Here, I'm gonna just fix my bronchi.
No, you're
Give it up right now for Jamie Schreiner. Yeah.
I
All right.
love the pig on stage.
The fuck is that shit?
Hi. A lot of you came a long way to be here.
Why are you doing?
Oh my gosh, bro.
Shut up!
Come on, you guys, you gotta hit a little harder. It's okay.
Yeah, you gotta be more scared. You gotta be scared. Like,
Ah, shit.
Sorry.
That one felt punishment.
That one. When Jamie was like, when Jamie says, "Oh shit," that just that's like, okay, that actually.
I feel like we got that.